My dear friends, you are most welcome on my channels. Yesterday, I told you that what is the reason of the return the wheat indigenous of India by the Turkish government. Because India abrogated 370 clause and 35A from the Jammu and Kashmir. What is the relation between the abrogation of 370 and 35A from Jammu Kashmir and the Turkey or the Organization of Islamic Countries? You see that Islam is the hooliganism against the non-Muslims or the Kaffirs. Since inception of Islam, it propagated or perpetrated by the Muhammad Sahib to only violation of the humanity basic concepts. This is why the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan is a fanatic, and this is a totally of hooliganism against the only three Hindu majority country in the world, that is the Nepal, India and Mauritius. Though there are living so many Hindus all over the country, all, all over the globe, but I would like to say that what need of this organization that is known as Organization of Islamic Country. Actually, the hooliganism of the Islam against the Kaffirs, and this organization is the reflection of this hooliganism against the Kaffirs. Because due to the hypothesis of Islam and the sky blue, these stupid fellows think that one day Islam will spread all over the globe. But this is not possible because due to this ideology, the rational Muslims are living the Islam due to illogical way of life and the cruelty and brutality of Allah and Muhammad against the Kafirs. So in the recent era, these stupid people thinks that they will spread Islam all over the world. While in the Islamic country, there are too much people who are not following the Islam and are living the Islam very rapid action, and soonly you will see in the next 20 or 50 years that the Islam numbers are decreasing rapidly because nobody wants to quarrel with each other, and this is why you see the hooliganism of Islam reflected in the support of Yasin Malik, who is a terrorist and who is fighting for the Islam, not for Kashmir. This is the crime fact that the terrorism or Islamic terrorism is against Hindus in Kashmir is not the fight to the Kashmir, because if they want to fight with Kashmir, then why they are not fighting against the Pakistan? Because POK is inhabits in the Pakistan territory. Then why these peoples are not fighting with Pakistan? Because the Pakistan is an Islamic country, and these terrorists are also Islamic or influenced by the Islamic doctrine. Actually, Islam is a synonymous of the terrorism, and this is the hooliganism against the Kafir since inception of Islam from 7th century. You see, there is only prime in the recent era. There is only three religion, name as Sanatan Vedikram, Judaism, and Zoroastrians. And the Muslims, both Jain, Sikh, Muslims, both Jain, Sikhs, and Christians were either converted from Hindus, Judaism, or from the Zoroastrians, and same theory is fit for the Muslims. They are either converted from Jews in very beginning and Christians, and then after Zoroastrians and Hindus and Muslims. So this theory of Islam has compact the group of goons in the name of Organization of Islamic Country, which are supporting the terrorism all over the world. You see, in the recent day, more than 100 Christians were killed in Nigeria by Boko Haram, and more than 200 girls were abducted by this Islamic terrorism group that is known as Boko Haram, and they were sold out in the market, open market in the country of the Nigeria. You see, in the Nigeria, the population of Christian is just equal to Muslims or either slightly inclined to the Christianity. But being a majority of the country, the Christian are doing nothing against these terrorists because they are so fanatics and they are so aggressive that there is no possibility to fight against them in Nigeria. You see, in India, only 42%, 14% Muslims, not so Muslims, but those who are following the Islam and its theology as it is, are creating havoc and nuisance in India. In Kanpur, recent days, the stone pelting was carried out by these fanatic Muslims because Nupur Sharma told that Muhammad has 13 wives and the sex slave Londis and the Burrak donkey. Nupur Sharma did not say any wrong thing, but she told what is in Quran and Hadith. Then why these people are screaming against the Nupur Sharma? Even Akhilesh Yadav said that Nupur Sharma must be arrested. Why? Nupur Sharma said what is in Quran and Hadith. Then why she may be arrested? Otherwise, Mr. Akhilesh Yadav may be arrested because they are spreading the rumor and even they did not read our Quran and Hadith ever. So these stupid politicians just like Akhilesh Yadav are disturbing the country even though they are Hindus. And in the same way, when the Muslims organization, that is Organization of Islamic Country, this is the great threat to the humanity in the next coming years because there is no rational things in this organization. It based only the hypothesis of the Islamic doctrine or the myth. So this is the time to fight against these irrelevant doctrine of Islam or the hooliganism of the Islam against the non-Muslims or Kafir. Rajab Tayyar Erdogan is the leader of the hooliganism of Islam, and so many countries they are Islamic country as Saudi Arabia and Middle East country. They are following the same theory as perpetrated by or propagated by the Muhammad Sahib, which is very against the humanity, and the humanity is being crushed by this Organization of Islamic Country. This is why they are supporting the Yasin Malik, who is the killer. So you think the ideology of these Organization of Islamic countries or these Islamic countries, even though the Maulvis are telling the same thing as Nupur Sharma told in the previous days, then why the Maulvi or clerics are not against those people who are teaching the Quran as it is? But even a Kafir told them the truth of the Islam and the Quran and Hadith, then why they are going to kill Nupur Sharma or organize a fatwa? What is this fatwa? Fatwa is a totally Gunism or hooliganism or Gundagardi against the Hindus in India. And this fatwa cannot be run in the civil society now because we are civilized, not uncivilized as the Arabic people Even the Arabic people are now progressing slowly, but the Islam is main hindrance or restricts the humanity basis myth in the Arabic country. Islam is the prime enemy of the Muslims because due to this they are not going forward to accommodate the friendship of the Kaffirs, but they are trying to kill the Kaffirs in the name of Islam, and they think that Islam will be spread all over the world. This is only the hypothesis. It is not. It never be proven, or it never be proven in the next coming years, because 70% the Iranis are living Islam, and even the Turkey, the rational people are living the Islam, because Islam never tell us that what is the humanity and what is the human behavior and nature may be in favor of the society. Any cult or any way of religion must be in the favor of the humanity and the human beings, even the animals. But in Islam, the doctrine say allow the killed the Kaffirs or non-Muslims in the name of thy Allah. So Allah is very cruel and vicious against the Kafirs, and who the country follows the Allah Quran and Muhammad Sahib, they are certainly are the goons of this world, and they are the black dots of this world. Any rational or logical person cannot bear this ideology. But these Islamic countries are following this ideology. We can say it is this is the totally hooliganism against the humanity. If there is Islam, there is no humanity to certain. This is a basic parameter of any country. If there is Islam or that country which is Islamic, not not a perfect place for living the human and humanity, because Islam has no relation with the humanity. Islam is the synonymous of Buddhism or hooliganism against the Kafirs or non-Muslim. As you see in the primary years of Islam, the Jews were killed, Zoroastrians were killed, Christians were killed, their women were looted and raped by these Islamic goons known as Malik, and the killing of the non-Muslim known as was Qatal in the Arabic. So this organization of Islamic country is a goonism against the humanity, and it detracts the human values throughout the world where the minority are living in the Islamic country. You see, the Islamic country are screaming that India, the tolerance is spreading. This is not true. You see, more than 1,000 Hindu or Christian girls were married forcibly to the Muslims. Even a single record in India, even 5 girls were not converted, which are Muslim, into Hinduism. Though they are coming in Hinduism or Sanatana Vedic Dharma, they are open wish or open will, because they knew that Islam is the total slavery for the women, and Islam does not respect to any woman. This is the halala is just like a prostitution, and there is no right to Muslim woman in Islam, and they cannot divorce her husband, because they only can pray for divorce known as khula. But in Islam, the Muslim men have overwhelming powers to crush the morality of women, and Islam always crush the morality and the human nature of women as halal, triple talaq, and the sex slave, the which are the women are kafir, are very crushed or molested by these fanatic Muslims. And so, organizing an Islamic country is the group of such type of goons, which is hooliganism against the non-Muslim Kafir, even the women of Muslim women. This is why, if any cult or if a prophet, this is the right decision to make 10 wives and 3 ca- 2 war captives as sex slave and 1 captive woman from Al Muwaqqas, that is known as Maria Al-Kibatia, and his younger sister Sirin. She was married to a poet Hassan al-Khattab, and the Maria al-Kabatia was never married by Muhammad Saab, but a illegal, the son, we would not like to say that illegal son, because the Ibrahim, which was the son of the Maria al-Kabatia with Muhammad Saib, is not sinner, because this is not called the Ibrahim to born him by Muhammad Saab. So Muhammad Saab raped with Maria Al-Kibatia, and his wife Hafsa objected it, and Aisha objected it, what you have done. But Muhammad Saab always tell a lie that I never contact with Maria Al-Kibatia. But he contacted Maria Al-Kibatia, a Christian woman from Alexandria, and bore a son named Ibrahim, who was died when he was only 5 years old. So this is the icon of the Muslims or the Islam. And many Jews, Banu Qurayza, you see the story of the Banu Qurayza. Banu Qurayza males were killed by Muhammad Sahib with cruelty, and their women were distributed in between the among the soldiers of the Muslim army as just like a commodity. And the many women were sold by Prophet Muhammad and his followers in the open market of the Damascus in Syria. So you see, these all Islamic country have a jealousy with India, because India is Hindu majority country and it is very powerful, and India has the capability to defeat the all Islamic countries in 70 days only. And even though the very small country of Islamic country cannot do against the India, even I would appreciate the Indonesian Muslims who are following the Sanatan Vedic culture. Though they are converted to Islam, but because one king of Indonesia converted into Islam at the time of rising of the Islam, the all people follow the king. But now it is going to the reverse process, and the people are becoming a Hindus as they know their ancestors were Hindus. For stupidity of the Indian subcontinent Muslims, even their ancestors were Hindus, they are violating the human rules. But this is not in blood of their ancestor. But why this situation is is coming? Because their ideology, which ideology they adopt, is not pro humanity, and this is why the people which are following Islam are creating havoc in this world and nuisance in this world, and the life threats to the non-Muslims. It is very amazing that Yasin Malik is supported by Organization of Islamic Country. Means they are propagating the terrorism. Eventually, they are doing the same as the Islamic doctrine stated by Muhammad Sahib. They are not doing they are not doing any wrong or nothing wrong, but they are doing same as they were taught by their madrasa or their clerics, because Islam is the synonymous of hooliganism against the Kaffirs, and this is the open fact, and now this is disclosing. This is why these frustrated people are screaming and threatening to the people, just like Mrs. Nupur Sharma and so on. Even the one ex-Muslim was killed in the Saudi Arabia, and the Pakistan Misal Malik was killed because he opposed the hooliganism of the Islam. You see, Andrea Bibi, who was the Christian lady, and her husband was uh, imprisoned without any cause, because Andrea Bibi took water from the bowl of the same bowl which the Muslims generally used by the Muslims. This is the blasphemy. You see, I have seen a blog, Harchand Ram, a blogger or a YouTuber. So in the three uh, 3 days before, so he said there is no glass for the Hindus. So there is a glass for Jews, separate glass to Hindus and Christians. And these people, these stupid people who are following the Islam, are screaming that untouchability inhibits in the Hindus. There is no untouchability now, Hindus. They are reforming their old, yeah, bad customs as the untouchability and the casteism. But still, Islam is pervading the tribal ideology of the old 7th centuries, and Mr. Harchand denied to give the Jews in that class which are being used by the Muslims. This is this is happened 3 days before, the, as Harchand Ram told in his YouTube video. So Islamic country or Islam has no sympathy with the humanity and the Kaffirs. Every day the Christians and Hindus were killing by the Muslims in the Bangladesh, Pakistan, and even the Saudi Arabia, United Emirates. There is no dare to any Hindus or non-Muslims that they can worship openly in Saudi Arabia. This is very ironically, this ideology has disturbed all over the humanity and all over the nuisance, created nuisance and havoc in this world. This is why this group, Organization of Islamic Country, is a group of goons who are propagating the violent ideology of Islam, which is very, very against the humanity. Even it is against the Muslims. You see, Abu Bakr was old and died its natural death, but the second Caliph Umar was killed by the Muslims, and the third Caliph uh, Uthman was killed by these, and after that Hazrat Ali's son Hassan and Hussein were killed by these fanatic Muslims due to only for the caliphates. So this is the ideology which is never been in favor of the humanism and in favor of the woman. And this is why Turkey, who is supporting the Islamic jihadist country, the Pakistan, returned the veto of the India. If we have so proud of being a Muslim that you should not borrow or purchase any medicine from India, any any airplane from America, any cargo plane from America, any submarine from America, any equipments from America, and in addition from India. Islamic world, nothing give to this society, even a vaccine. If every vaccine either made by the Christian country or the Hindu scientist, but even a single vaccine, these Muslim could not invent. Where is Allah with them? What type of this Allah who always allowed to kill the human beings and never propagated or perpetrated in favor of the human beings as the invention in the medicine, good health, good nurture of the peoples, but it's always Allah propagated the blood bath, killing of the innocent animals. This bloodthirsty Allah always in favor of the violence and nuisance against the against the non-Muslims, and also allowed the rapes of the Kafir women. This is the theory perpetuated, perpetrated by the Islamic Allah or by Prophet Muhammad Sahib. So I would like to say this organization of Islamic country is a hooliganism against the humanity, and it's a totally nonsense against the humanity, and United Nations organization must ban of this organization, because this organization is totally against the integrity of the humanity of the world or globe. In the last, I would like to say that where the humanity is absent, there is Islam is prevalent, is prevail, because the Islam is a synonymous of hooliganism against the Kaffirs, and the non-Muslims as the prime prey for these Muslims or Islamic doctrine. It is very shamelessness, and beneath the level of the shamelessness that these people are supporting, these countries are supporting Yasin Malik, who is goon. Certainly he will be hanged, and this Islamic country cannot do nothing. They have no power to interfere our matters. We have Sanatani people are doing the same as pro to humanity, not to anti-human behavior just like in Islam. Certainly Yasin Malik will be hanged, and you cannot do nothing. You should aware that you are promoting the same theory. Now you are you are those peoples who are living in the 7th century, or you are building a castle in the air, or you are dreaming in the light of day. This cannot be run now. My appeal to all Muslims, please, if you are rational Muslims, then you must leave Islam and be human beings, because human beings are much better than any Muslim who is following the treacherous and violent theory of Islamic doctrine, who are propagating killing of the Kaffirs and are supporting the terrorism, Islamic terrorism all over the world, as the Turkey is the mastermind of the terrorism of the Islamic world, because the Turkey is a caliphate and Saudi Arabia, both countries are the crown of the terrorism, and even the Pakistan and Bangladesh is now not so far behind with Nigeria, Somalia, and other East African countries. In the last, I would like to say we have to fight this doctrine of violence and all, and this organization overwhelming power known as Organization of Islamic Countries. It may be organization of jihadist, fanatist, anti-human countries. In the last, I would like to say, please see my video, put the bell icon, and subscribe and share my channel, so my this message will be shared through the world to save the humanity. Vande Mataram. Jai.